There's been a lot of banter back and forth about an ass to grass squat. So let's get some of the basics down, because honestly I see a lot of mistakes being made on a lot of the videos. So I want to clear it up so you can do things safely, so you can open up your hips, you can get into the right position. And this will most certainly help you once you add load to the squat. So when we're talking ass to grass squats, we're going to talk unloaded. We're going to use the door, not the doorway. So make sure the door is stable with the hinges and stable with the handles, because the first thing that I see is people going into the position with the elbows bent. Keep your arms straight. You're going to keep your feet approximately 6 inches, depending on your height, from the door. And your stance is such that your feet will start under your armpits. That's as a very general rule. I will make a video on how to determine your foot placement for your squat, because that is dependent on your hips. Anatomy makes a big difference, whether or not you have a very deep socketed hip or a very shallow socketed hip. That really does matter, and there's some good ways to figure this out. That will be for another time. But for now, 6 inches away from the edge of the door, your toes 6 inches away, your feet slightly toed out, and I want you to use your entire foot, really get rooted into the floor. So you're going to slightly toe out, you're going to grab the handles, you're going to lean back just a touch, such that if you would let go of the handle, you would fall back. Because what I want you to do when you get into the squat position is pull yourself into that squat position. Picture a harness system underneath your armpits that's pulling you up to the ceiling. I want you to pull against that harness system and pull into that position. So we're here. I'm going to sit back. That's why you can't keep your elbows bent. I want you to hold on and sit back, back, back. So again, you're going to hinge at the hips. As your hips hinge back, your knees will bend. Sit back, stay rooted into the floor. Drive your knees apart and sit down. Hold on here. You can just wiggle side to side. The middle of your knee should be over the middle of your foot, meaning your second, third toe. Drive your knees. If you stay down in this position for any length of time, don't try to stand up out of it. Just sit back down on the floor. If you don't stay too long, drive your feet into the ground, squeeze your belly tight, drive your knees apart, all the while use your whole foot to drive into the floor and drive your hips forward. Start with that. We can go into more detail. Ask questions. Great job, everyone.